Alright guys, we're gonna try something new. I haven't done this since like 2017-16, but I figured I do want to try to do other content on this channel, and I've given mini games a try, and I just end up stopping it. So I'm thinking we do something like I talk about general topics. Well, a lot of my viewers are Gacha gamers, so we'll stick to Gacha for now. Maybe one day I'll branch out into other different genres of video games or whatever, or life. But I have about 10 years of Gacha gaming experience. Yeah, 2014. My first Gacha game was Brave Frontier. If you guys want to check the history of this channel, I'm pretty sure the first video I made was like 9 years ago on this channel, and it was on Brave Frontier. I played a year before that, but it was around that time period. So, yeah. But I do want to try to like talk about Gacha games, whatever, whenever I have time to. Also, I am covering Wuthering Waves when it comes out on the 22nd, so we're gonna be trying something spicy. So if you guys have been watching for a long time now, you're wondering when, hey, Kimo, when are you gonna make other videos, man? Well, here you go. All right, we're gonna make videos for just whatever I feel like on this at this point. It took me like 6 years, guys, but hey, finally, we're gonna try something new. All right. I had my ego stuck in this game for like 6 years now, being like, I don't want to play other gacha games. I'm just gonna play Azure Lane because it's free to play friendly. I can have everything here. We're not gonna do that anymore. All right, we're gonna mix things up. All right, so starting today, we're gonna be trying different styles of videos. Obviously, I'm gonna cover Azure Lane whenever I can, but we're gonna try and mix things up. All right. So today, I want to talk about a topic called gacha games. But how predatory they are. I saw a post today on the Gacha Gaming subreddit, and I know a lot of people are new to Gacha games because like Honkai Star Rail is new, or like Genshin games or whatever. But are Gacha games really, really predatory? All right, so I'm gonna cover my experience with Gacha games and what I think about it. My insight may not be 100% accurate, but I've been around the gaming market for a long time now, and I've been around the Gacha gaming community for like a decade now, so I've seen my fair share of whales and free-to-play players, so I'll give my intake on that kind of stuff. So, anyways, is Gacha game predatory or not? Honestly, I'm gonna say nowadays, some of them can be pretty predatory. Now, you guys have played like Nikkei. I'm gonna use Nikkei for example because I was logging in today, whatever, for my free pull for crown, which I got by the way. But Nikkei has like these things called like, what was it, like flash deals or whatever, right? And when you see these things pop up, whether like I don't know, like leveling up or something, you get like a 5-star. I think it's a 5-star. No, SSR. You get these flash pop-ups or whatever. Now, I don't know if any other gacha game really does this stuff. I know Nikkei does it. That's why I use it as an example. But these things here, if you guys spend money and you guys have a lot of FOMO, which is fear of missing out, basically, you don't want to miss out on opportunity of getting something or doing something, so you kind of want to like jump right into it. Basically, pressure, like I guess peer pressure, not really, but like pressure. Then you kind of buy these things. Now this one is like what, $1 usually, like a $2. You buy these things and you're like, nice, I got 2 poles, some crystals for $1 or whatever. Seems kind of worth it, right? A lot of games do that nowadays. Now I think, oh, also Eversoul did this as well too. They got me with $10, I think. It was $10. Oh yeah, 10 bucks, I think. They got me with that stuff. It was like 100 pulls or something like that. But yeah, some of these games do that kind of stuff. And when you give into this kind of like, I guess, predatory pressure or whatever, then you're kind of doing what the gacha game intends for you to do, which is spend money, right? Now there are some cases where people like spend thousands, 3,000, 5,000. Like I personally know someone in my life that has spent probably 30, 40K on his Genshin account. Yeah. But he's well off though, so it's not a big deal for him. But he spends a lot of money on these games. So would someone that spend $40,000 be considered predatory for a game, or predatory towards the game? I guess it depends on the person, but sure. I mean, some people have gambling addictions and they just can't stop spending money. I know someone in my Grand Blue Fantasy crew when I was playing a few years ago. He spent $100,000 on his account, and he'll easily spend like $1,000, $2,000 on a banner in Grand Blue Fantasy. If you guys don't know what Grand Blue Fantasy is, I'll go ahead and post it. Sparks or whatever. But this guy will legit just spend like 1,000 on a new banner just to get like all the new OP stuff for Guild Wars or whatever. To him, that's not a big deal, but it was concerning because everyone in the crew slash like which is a guild or a clan was telling him, bro, you don't have to do this. Like you're stacked out, you're maxed out on every element. You don't have to do this kind of stuff. But he still does it. So to people like him, I do think games can be pretty predatory. If you can't control your spending like him, then it's going to become a problem. To my other friend, my IRL friend, him spending, he can manage it, but I think he does it out of just having like the best of best things. Like there's some people in gacha games that literally just spends money to have the best of the best things for whatever reason, just like feel good about themselves, right? Because that's what games are nowadays. You either progress your account to the point where you're happy with it, or you just spend a lot of money on your account to the point where you're happy about it. At the end of the day, what makes you happy is how games should be, whether you spend money or not. So those are two different kinds of people. You either spend money because you can't control yourself, or you spend money until you feel good about it. Now, I know some people say like whales or whatever, or like are they do it because of power or whatever. No, some people literally just do it because of gambling addictions. Like my Grand Blue Fantasy friend, who literally just does it because he can't like stop himself. It took him like maybe 4 or 5 years before he quit the game to actually like stop doing that. So I think, especially nowadays, because a lot of people have gambling addictions to begin with. Like you see a lot of casino sites being up right now. Like there's like all these, I don't know, stake.com or whatever, and then you have the new streaming website Kick also has like a gambling section on their website. And then you go to like Vegas, there's a lot of people gambling as well too. There's so many ways to gamble nowadays. People just love doing it. You can even consider like stocks to be gambling. It may be legal, but it's like legal stocks or legal gambling or whatever. So like some people just can't control themselves. Like they have that gambling problem. And if you're one of those people that have like a very very weak hold for gambling or any kind of addictions like that, then you're going to be in trouble when it comes to gacha games. That's just all there is to it. So yeah, it's a situation where if you have like that kind of weakness, you don't have that strong will, you can't get away with it. Like me personally, I probably spent, let's say, how much is it? Like $500 on gacha games so far. Less than 400 of it was on Azure Lane, but most of it was like, well, no, probably like 600, I think. Like I bought 2 birthday passes from Grand Blue Fantasy. I think a couple of monthly passes in Soccer Spirits. I spent like a couple of dollars on Eversoul's Wall 2. I spent very, very little. Most of my money, most of the gacha games I played, I don't spend money on. Like I played Azure Lane, Grand Blue Fantasy, Nikke, Princess Connect, Arc Knights, Punishing Grey Raven, Tower of Fantasy, Unison League, Seven Knights, Brave Frontier, Soccer Spirits. I played a lot of gacha games in my lifetime. And even up until now, I spent like $600. If you take away Azure Lane, which is basically my main game, I spent less than like $150. I kid you not. Because I don't have a gambling addiction, which I'm very fortunate about. Because if I did, then I'll probably be living on the streets right now because I play gacha games way, way too much. So yeah, if you are a person like me, then gacha games aren't predatory to you. Like they aren't. You'll be fine if you like play and buy like battle passes. I think most people nowadays play gacha games and have battle passes, which is like what, $5 to $10 a month to get some gems or whatever. I honestly, that's fine. It's like paying for a subscription. So like in 1 year, that's like what, $120 maximum. Like that's fine right there. It's not a big deal. So if you are those kind of people, I think it's fine. But again, if you have a gambling addiction, you spend like $1,000 for the latest like Genshin banner or whatever, then yeah, there's gonna be problems when it comes to if gacha games are predatory or whatever. Because yeah, I remember I had scenarios where like people spend like what $10,000 or whatever maxing out characters and Genshin. Well, that's not 10,000. That's exaggerated, but I think my friend spent like 2,000 or something like that to max out one character in Genshin. So yeah, it does happen. So my take on it and my advice is if you guys can't afford it, go ahead and do whatever you guys want with your money. Like it's not a big deal. At the end of the day, it's your money, not mine. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying like if you have gambling addictions, like the people I've seen in my lifetime playing gacha games, I would stop. Honestly, I would just say stop doing that because at the end of the day, like you spend so much money, you're like, wow, I could do so much with this money that isn't just spending it off like gambling, like PNGs or whatever. Like imagine $100,000 spent on Grand Blue Fantasy, like my one crewmate. Imagine what you can do with $100,000. A lot of things, right? That's like a down payment on a house right there, or a really really good car. So yeah, be careful, guys. I say this because I played Azure Lane for like 6 years now. Most of my viewers are free to play, so you guys, you're like most of you guys are fortunate because this topic probably won't relate to you. But again, I'm trying to expand my boundaries. There may be people in here who play gotcha games that are very very predatory, and they're probably like 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, $20,000 down the drain right now. And they're thinking, man, I wish I could really stop spending so much money on these games and do like other things with it. So, coming from me, I'm not going to tell you to stop spending money if you don't want to. I'm just saying be careful. Be, what's the word I'm looking for here? Conservative? I guess conservative could work here. Just be careful with your like money spending. Honestly, I know it's easier said than done because gambling is basically like cigarettes. Like you just keep going. Like me, I do a lot of like MMO market flipping like for items or whatever, and like I do as of right now playing like RuneScape or whatever, and a lot of the times I'm like keep holding, the item will go up or whatever, and it goes down. I'm like I'll keep holding, bro, diamond hands or whatever. I mean then we just lose money or whatever. That's basically gambling, but I'm doing it with like virtual gold instead of real money. So I have one as well too, but it's more of like it's different, but it's similar in ways or whatever. Just be careful. All right, guys. So that's all I gotta say. This is my first video that I want to talk about in regards to just anything in general. I'll probably have another one up tomorrow, whatever. If you guys are enjoying this kind of content, let me know what you guys think. Though this is my first time doing it. Feedback would be nice. If you like this stuff, just give me positive feedbacks, I guess. And yeah. Hopefully this is the first video of many, and thank you guys for watching as always. I'll see you guys next video.